Does you need a morsel? Okay, here it is. Here's your little donkey morsel. Bart, did you want one? Come on. Come here, Mr. Bart. Come on, bud. Come on, here's your morsel. You want a morsel? There's your morsel. So, hey, folks, welcome to the Clear Creek Cabin. Today, what I'm going to do is show you a little bit about what we do with our hay bags. I've had a lot of folks ask about, free feeding hay and what we do. And what we're doing right now is we use a bag from called Nag Bags. We use the 1 inch hole Nag bags, and they work very, very well. We can fill them a couple times a day, and it pretty much gives them just what they need in the right ration for hay throughout the day. And they always come and help me to fill it up because Daddy gives them little morsels while we're doing it. You need another morsel? Let me get it. Hold on a minute. Let Daddy get your morsel. Okay. Here's your little bundle of morsel. You ready? There you go. Good girl. So what we do is we fill the bags a couple times a day, first thing in the morning, usually mid-afternoon. I'll check them again later on in the night. And then what we'll do is we'll free feed them at nighttime. I try to keep them out of their stable later in the evening so I can clean it up and make sure everything's okay. And then what we do is just free feed them, give them fresh buckets of water, free feed them, and then lock them in their smaller paddock overnight. That way I feel a little bit better about them being safer. They don't like being locked in the stable completely, so at least I can keep them in a smaller paddock that's pretty well protected. So what I'll show you today is how we fill our nag bags. We found a real easy way to take care of it and do it by having a green bucket from Tractor Supply. It's very, very handy. I'll show it to you right here. So we put the bag inside the bucket. Well, let me show you. So what works well with us is we store about 25, 30 bales of hay in here. We're going to be storing more down in our new addition to the barn, which you'll see in some of the future videos. But what we do works out real well is we have a 30-gallon brute container that we put in the bottom. And what we do is we clean up and sweep up any trash hay. We have a couple little chickens in here. I'll show you a picture of them in a second. But if there's any trash hay with something in it that you don't want, little pieces of stick or leaves or stuff, we throw it in the bottom. And any residue or anything you don't want, we just throw in there. And then when we're done with this, we'll take this and throw this in the bottom of the tractor front loader bucket when we're taking up poopies to the poo pile. That way, when you dump out the poopies, you kind of dump the hay on top of it. It kind of keeps down the flies. But this is the green bucket. And what we do is we put that right in there. It's the perfect height to work from. And then we grab our nag bags. We have 4 of them. For the 2 donkeys. That way it's very, very easy to be able to fill one and while they still have the other ones out there, and you can even do them in reserve. If we go away for the whole day and we're gone for the day, we'll give them 4 bags out there. We'll put 2 inside their stable and 2 inside their donkey dugout. That way they've got more than enough hay throughout the day if we're gone for 8 or 10 hours. You need another morsel? Really? Seriously? You're a morsel slut this morning, aren't you? Here you go. There you go, sweetheart. So anyways, I'll show you what we do. Now, the bags can be a little bit tough to handle sometimes, and you just have to get used to them. So basically, I'll try to show you as best as I can here. Here on the bags is a little push button thimble that you have to push in. And if you push in on that, you can pull the rope out all the rest of the way. Now, what happens is that when you fill the bag, it gets knotted pretty tight up here on top. So I'll bring you over and show you over here. This is the little thimble. You can see the little button right here that you push in. And when you push that in, that releases the rope. So once you get it released and you've got the rope all pulled out, what I do is I go to the opposite side of the little attachment and pull the rope apart, pull the bag apart, and then you can pull the rope string in all the way. Now, the reason behind that is that allows you to stretch the bag out completely without arguing with it. Again, some of the people don't like these bags because they're hard to handle, but once you get it down to a science, it works very well. Now, once that's all done, you can take, what I do is I kind of use this extra little handle over here, throw this knot over the handle, like such, and then pull this around all the way around over here to the other handle and pull it down. And then that leaves the bag in place and it's good and tight. Then it's very, very easy to fill. We're pretty particular. We go through their hay pretty carefully. I have actually found pieces of the baling twine in there, little teeny short pieces. I've even found a little bit of fish line one day. Maybe the guy that we bought the hay from had someone who was fishing, near the hay field, and they dropped some fish line. So we try to go through it best as we can to make sure that there's nothing in there we don't want them to have. This is very clean hay that we use. This is an orchard grass fescue mix. That's from a local guy. See, now here's a leaf. We just picked that out. If I can find them, it's no big deal. I just throw them on the floor for now and then pick them up later and put them in the bottom of this big 32-gallon bucket. But this way you get a good idea. You can kind of fill it to the brim, so to speak. Here's some stuff I'm not crazy about. Okay, so once it's full to the brim, now it's real easy. Pull this end off that's got the little knobby on it. Remember to push the button and pull that side. Don't pull the other side because the bag will come apart on you later on. That kind of locks it in place. So you push the little button, pull it completely tight, like that, and you're done. There's a full bag. And that's probably a little bit more than a leaf. So that's half their feeding for the day. Now, one of the things that I talked to some folks about too is that um, they've locked their donkeys in a dry paddock for the first time after allowing them to free pasture. And what happens is that they have a tendency to start chewing on things. And I think it's mostly out of boredom than anything else. As you've all heard, donkeys need to have their mouths constantly moving in order to kind of be happy. So I think one of the things that works real well with these hay bags is that it allows them to munch all day long. They constantly just chew and pick at these bags all day. And we don't have any problem with them chewing on our trees, on the fences, inside the stable, nowhere. Again, they've got hay all day long, so they're not hungry. They're really not getting more than they should. They may get a little bit more than, a couple flakes a day, leaves. But they're not fat, as you can see from the pictures of my donkeys. They're very healthy. Had the vet out last week and had wonderful poopy test. Bart had 0 and Sadie only had 75, which is a wonderful count. So we're not having any issues with parasites in our paddock because they're not getting free feed grass or pasture, which is one of the biggest reasons why they pick up parasites, I think. But anyways, so this seems to help. I think the fact that we've got the bags and it keeps their little mouths busy all day long, they don't have a tendency to chew on stuff. I think if you did this in your area and you decided to dry paddock them like we do, I think you might be able to avoid any of the damages if you just keep their mouths busy on these hay bags. And they're very easy to keep clean. You can just wash them with soap and water. I put them in a bucket with laundry detergent and soap them up and rinse them out a couple times and then hang them to dry. Again, here's the little button. Make sure you push that button in. That's the side that you pull with the button. Pull it good and tight. And there you go, bag number 2. So we're going to go give them their second bags for the day. It's mid-afternoon now. Here's the 2 little chicks that you heard squawking in the background. This one up over here, this is called Weebly's. Weebly had a foot condition when she was little, and I don't think she's completely there. She wobbles and falls down a lot, so we named her Weebly. And she fell in love with this one other pullet over here, so we named her TC. She's our therapy chicken that we keep in with Weebly. We're making a separate place for them to stay. We have this inside the hay storage shed right now. This is where we're keeping them in here. But ultimately, what we're going to do is come over here in the hay side over here and build an addition to the outside or something on the inside underneath the hay and give them a separate run out here because we're not going to be able to put her with the regular population. I think that they pick on her very, very badly, and she'll run around and fall down all the time, gets very upset when she does. So, little sidebar there. Sadie, Bart, you want a cookie? Come on. You want a cookie? Come on. Does you want a cookie? Oh boy, cookies, huh? Oh boy. You ready? One for you and one for you. Okay, we're gonna go hang your new hay bags. You can come help? You can come help Daddy? Okay. Ready? Back it up. Back, back. Back, back, back. Back, back, back. Back, back. Back, back. Back, back. Good kids. Okay, you're gonna race me to go get the hay. Are you ready? Who's gonna race Daddy? You ready? Come on. Come on. Come on. We've had a few people reach out to us about the footing that we have here in our paddock. It's a manufactured sand. We've created some great friendships with folks around the country, helping them out, trying to leave the camera alone, um, helping them out, setting up their paddocks as well. Leave the camera alone. Bart, Bart, Sadie, come here. Come on over here. Come here. Come here. What are you doing? Miss Sadie, hey, Miss Sadie, come here. Come on over here. Come on over here. Leave the camera alone. Daddy's trying to do a video here. So anyways, we've reached out to a few folks and they've reached out to us and we've helped them build their paddocks. One of them is a really great lady that we met who has a little farm that they call Almost a Farm. And we've helped them set up their paddocks. And some of the issues that they have, though, is that once they set up the paddock and put their donkeys on dry paddock, they start to chew. They're used to being in pastures where they chew all day long. So one of the things you may want to do, like we talked about here today, is the hay bags and fill in the hay bags. And Sadie, stop rubbing your neck on the camera. Sadie, Sadie, Sadie. So anyways, just thought we'd just share that with you that a few folks have reached out to us and we've helped them build their paddocks. And you're welcome to do the same. So reach out to us anytime. My email's in the About section of the YouTube video. If you want to reach out, I'd be glad to help you. Always got to be in the middle of everything. Bart, what are you doing, honey? What are you doing, bud? Huh? What are you doing? Dusty. We should have named you Dusty. That should have been the name of you, Dusty. We named you too soon. We should have named you Dusty. Look at you. Okay, hanging the hay bags is real easy. One of the things you don't want to do, you don't want to put these hay bags on the ground. As you can see, he can get it caught in his hoof, and that's not a good thing because they'll dig at them and they're doing what they're doing. So to take the old ones off, I just drop them down. Give me this one. Give me. Get off. Okay. And then what I do is I just kind of figure out the height that I'm going to hang it. We have little hooks right here. I figure out the height that we're going to hang it. And then what I do is just make a little loop like this. And then knot it. Just bring that little loop around and make a knot. Like that. Hang it on the hoop. Throw the excess up over the side over here. And then that's right at the perfect height for them. Now what you can do is you can just wrap this around a couple times if you want to and knot it here. You don't have to here because it's well protected. So there's the old one. They're already attacking the new one over here. Give me that bag, you two weenies. And just about like that. And that's about the perfect height for them. It's right. They don't really have to lift their heads up too high. You can see their neck and their heads are just about at the right angle. They can pull on the bag and pull the hay out of it. You don't want to put it up too high so that their heads are up. You don't want to put it too low because you don't want them pawing and putting their foot in it. This is just the right height because it's very difficult for a donkey to lift their hooves up, that high. So we've never seen them get caught in them at this height. So it seems to work really, really well. So I just thought we'd share that short little video with you. It's really helpful. We love these. As you can see, there's no fat on his neck. He has no fat on his sides. He's in beautiful shape. He's 15 months old, going on 16 months old in another couple days. She's going 4 years, going on 5 years, maybe this fall. And they're not real heavy or fat, and they're in good shape. So thanks for tuning in. Come back and see us. Give this a thumbs up if you like it. Subscribe to our channel. We'd love to have you be friends and neighbors with us. And come back and see us. God bless you all until we see you again. Let me kiss. Let me kiss this. Give me this back. Move your foot. Move his foot. Up. Give me his foot. There you go.